This is Sonia Schreier-Norris, Project Coordinator for Ploud at the Library of Michigan. Thank you for joining me for a short Ploud-specific tutorial on cover pages, the drag and drop page layout functionality. At first, I'm going to take you on a tour of two different cover pages on the demo site. Then we will go and visit two libraries in Michigan that are currently using cover pages. Our first example is going to be for the Tech Corner. If I go into my Tech Corner folder, I will see that I have 3 pages that are currently being displayed in the default view. One about services, one about game consoles, and one about e-resources. This is not a particularly attractive view. We can do better in Ploud. Let's walk you through how to create a cover page that holds the information in these 3 pages. The first thing we do is go to the Add New drop-down menu and select Cover. From there, I'm going to give it a title, in this case, Tech Corner. And then we need to select a page layout option. I always select Empty Layout, then I can do whatever I'd like. Once I've selected Empty, I choose Save. Well, this isn't very exciting. The first thing you need to know when you've created a cover page is that you need to work on the structure and the content separately. The first thing we're going to do is go into Layout to establish some structure for our cover page. As you can see, I have a number of options under my green edit bar. If I scroll down, my options will pop up to the top of the screen, giving me more room to work. Now I've already decided what I'd like this page to look like. I'm going to drag and drop the row icon down here, and then another row icon beneath that. All cover pages are made up of rows and columns. I'm going to drag the column icon into my second row to split it into 2 columns. Now that I have that layer of structure, I need to determine what type of tile is going to go into each compartment. The top one is a rich text tile. That's basically text. For this first example, I'm going to use rich text tile for all 4 of my tiles. I'm simply going to come up here to rich text and drag and drop it down to all 4 tiles. Now I'm going to save this and go to Compose. On the Compose tab, I have the option of entering any of these tiles and adding content, or going to the Add Content button and adding it that way. We're going to do both so that you can see both examples. The first thing I'm going to do is click on Edit here in the top tile and type Tech Corner. I'm going to highlight it and give it a heading of H1 and center it. I'm going to save that, and now I have a title at the top of my page. The next thing I'm going to do is move these 3 pages that were originally in that folder into these 3 tiles. I'm going to do that by clicking on Add Content, going to my content tree, and scrolling to Tech Corner. Now I can see these 3 pages. I'm going to move Services into the left, Game Consoles into the right, and I'm going to scroll down and add e-resources to the bottom. Drag and drop, it's that simple. Tiles can have both images, text, and links in them according to how you would like to set up your page. If I scroll back up, I can see that I've got a lot more content on the left than I do on the right. There are some easy fixes for that. I can go back into Layout and give that column more room. Now each row is made up of a number of 12 items. I'm going to make this one 8 wide, which means that the one beside it needs to shrink to 4. I am also going to look at some of my options under my gear icon, and under CSS class, I'm going to select Shadow to give the page a little oomph. Both of these are going to have a shadow. I save those changes, I save the layout as a whole, and I go into View. Now I have my title at the top, my 2 columns, which are much closer in size now, and my tile on the bottom, which includes an image and text, as well as links. There's a couple more steps to getting a cover page just right. First, you need to publish it so that your public can view it. Then you need to go back into your folder, and you'll see that Tech Corner with a cover page, and the cover page is made up of the 4 boxes, is simply one item in your folder. You want to make that the default display for the entire folder. You come here under Display, select a content item as default view, and choose Tech Corner. Once again, a cover page has the 4 boxes as its icon. I save that, and now when I go into Tech Corner, it is the default view for the folder. Pretty nifty. Let's go over to Friends. There are some different things going on in the Friends folder. Here I have a summary view, and I can see that we have information about the Friends book sales. I have Join the Friends, and I have the Friends newsletter. The information that I'm not getting is that if I open up Friends book sales, I can see that what this is a collection that defines what types of books are being featured on what book sale days. We can do a better job of displaying this information with a cover page. Let's go back to our Friends folder and add a new cover page. I'm going to title this Friends. And once again, I'm going to choose the Ploud empty layout so that I can design it myself. I save it. I'm presented with a blank screen, which can be a little confusing at first, but just go into Layout and you can start building out your structure right away. Move your cursor down and your options pop up on top. For this example, I'm going to create 2 rows with 2 columns in the bottom row and 1 row across the top. I'm going to delete the rich text tile in the top, and in that one, I'm going to put my collection. In the bottom 2, I'm going to put files, because we had a newsletter and a membership application, which were both files rather than web pages. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to go to Compose. I can see here that this is labeled Collection Tile, and these are both labeled File Tiles. I'm going to click on Add Content, go to my Content tree, open up my Friends folder. I'm going to add Friend Book Sales to the top, and I'm going to add Join the Friends to the lower left and Friends Newsletter to the lower right. I'm going to go into View, which is the prettiest view for this, and I can see right away that I have my collection on top, very clearly stating that the Friends book sale is featuring mysteries in December, romances and westerns in January, and books on gardening and home repair in April. Down below, we have 2 files, PDF documents that you can open up, a membership application, and a newsletter. Once again, I'm going to publish this cover page. And once again, I'm going to go into my Friends folder, and I'm going to see that here it is displayed as simply one item in the folder. I want to make it the default display view. I go under Display and I select a content item as default view. I select Friends. I save that. And now this is the default view of my Friends folder. Let's take a look at how cover pages work in the real world. Over at the Dearborn Heights Libraries, they have created a cover page for their homepage layout. They have no portlets on either side of the page. This is entirely a cover page. If we go into Layout, we can see her structure. We can see that she's created a tile on the left with nothing in it to give her some spacing options over here on the right, and that she's created other sets of tiles with other lengths and widths around the rest of her page. Over at the Fruitport District Library, they also use a cover page as their home page. She has one tile on top, then she has a rotating carousel in the middle of her cover page, and then she has embedded code powered by LibraryThing. If we go over to Layout, we can see that her cover page is made up of 3 tiles. The first is a rich text tile that she put her buttons in, then a carousel tile, and then an embedding tile for her LibraryThing code. Even though her cover page takes up 2/3 of the width of her page, they are all still 12 items long. That concludes this video on cover pages for Ploud. I hope you've discovered some takeaways that you can apply to your own site. This project was made possible in part by the Institute of Museum and Library Services. Have a great day.